I visited one of my first teachers and mentor, Eleanor Bennett.
This particular instrument was made in 1807 by Sebastian Erard, and the pedal mechanism is a very clever, really, because the pedal, by pressing one of the pedals down, you immediately sharpen the sound of each string. And of course you know that this pedal is going to be a C pedal, and we're going to press this down and the C becomes comes as sharp. This particular one is called a single action harp because you can only move the pedal once from flats to natural or from natural to sharp.
Okay.
So now we move on to the Erard double action. So this, you can see now here that there are two discs here on this C string. The red string again is the C. So that disc is open and that disc is open. Now if I press the pedal down once, it becomes engaged and sharpens it. If I press it down again, that one also sharpens. So there's a whole tone difference between that and the bottom.
And this is essentially the harp we have today?
It is essentially, in terms of what the pedal mechanism does. It's exactly the same.
Donc les compositeurs ont commencé à s'intéresser vraiment très sérieusement et c'est ainsi que jusqu'à l'entrée du XXe siècle, la harpe a suivi son parcours jusqu'à ce que en France, il y ait un courant musical qui s'est appelé impressionnisme et qui a été développé par des compositeurs comme Fauré, Ravel, Debussy et qui ont trouvé que la harpe correspondait tout à fait à ce qu'ils cherchaient en musique, c'est-à-dire un jeu de couleurs tout à fait unique.
In 1907, Ravel was commissioned to write this piece to demonstrate the range and versatility of the Erard concert pedal harp. It has since become one of the most popular and famous pieces in the harp's repertoire. What would be the difference between this harp and this new harp, which, you know, is maybe, how old is that one?
This one is 1904.
Yeah.
This was 80 years older.
Right.
Younger. Made in 1984.
Yeah.
In Germany, this one. The difference in this one is
the sound box,
yes,
right?
and it's been made to sound big in a big hall. And it also needs to respond to a much stronger technique by the player. So the harp had to be strengthened. If you use the same power on this harp, say on the little single action, the sound would be very ugly, I think.
Yeah.
Because
how would that sound? So I mean, if you
that's quite a lot of sound. I put a lot of strength there.
Yeah.
Now then, it's going to be a different chord now. But if I did the same power on that one a bit,
right,
it's really ugly.
Yeah.
If I tried it on the triple harp, I'd be really afraid of breaking it. So I don't know if I should do it or not. I'll try.
Elastic
sorry,
bands.
I'm so sorry. It's not something one should do.
The harp was now a real contender as a solo instrument. The 20th century saw a flowering of writing for the concert harp. One composer who realised its potential was Benjamin Britten.
He told me, I'd like to write a piece for you. He was rather funny, actually. The year before, he said, I'd like you to introduce a program at Albury Festival next year. I'd like to call it Artist Choice. You're to choose the music and choose the players, and if you like, you can commission a new piece from any composer whom you care to mention. Yes. So he meant it was from him. And it came in the post, and I had a rehearsal with him 3 days later of the War Requiem. So I decided I must try and learn this for him and play it back to him. So at the end of the rehearsal, I said to him, would you like to hear the Harp Suite? He said, yes. And I played it to him, and he was very pleased. He was purring like a cat, not because I'd learnt it quickly, but because it worked. Yeah. And he was a great craftsman, and it was a great pleasure to him that it had worked. What he'd written in a letter beforehand with the music was, if it's awkward or things don't work, send it back to me as unfit work sort of thing, which is ridiculous. He wrote so well for any instrument.